Said something like she was proud of Tom's love for her. And if they had met sooner, maybe things would be different. But she'd committed herself to marrying my father, and she was going to go ahead with it.
Polly, did anything else happen that evening?
Well, they went on talking for a little while longer. And then Tom Baldwin kissed her.
You saw that?
Yes.
General Hospital in color.
If you're cutting down on calories, try new Diet Parquet from Kraft. With every serving of this modern-day table spread, you cut out half the calories of margarine. On every slice of hot toast, on every ear of sweet corn, on every helping of green beans, you cut out half the calories. But half the calories is only half the story of new Diet Parquet. There's flavor, too. A sweet, mouth-melting flavor. Or Kraft wouldn't call it Parquet. Convenience? You get twin reusable cups. Softness? That's our middle name. Kraft's new soft Diet Parquet with half the calories. So if you're cutting calories, and even if you're not, try the Calorie Cutter from Kraft. New soft Diet Parquet. What have you got to lose?
Meg, did you read this? Stepdaughter testified as to witnessing love scene by defendants in Prentice case.
Lucy, I know that.
Well, I don't believe it. She's lying. She must be.
How much did you read?
Well, I just opened the paper.
Well, they make it sound worse than it was.
Oh! The night before the wedding. Oh, no. He'd always love her. And then they embraced. Oh, I don't believe it. I just don't believe it.
Lucy,
I'll ask you for copies of this morning's newspaper. There must be something in the early news.
Gosh. McGillis, haven't you something else to do?
No wonder they're all asking for the newspaper. Should I go get a few extra copies, Miss Love?
No, you certainly will not.
Mrs. Credit and Dr. Baldwin. I never would have guessed it. Would you, Mrs. Baldwin?
Sharon, don't you have temperatures and pulses to do, and will you stop talking about that newspaper?
Yes, ma'am. General Hospital sure is getting famous.
Well, I don't believe it. It sounds true, but I don't believe it.
Oh, Lucille, of course it isn't true. Lucille, Tom and Jessie never had an affair. You know that.
Well, of course I know that, Meg.
Central Nurse's Station, Mrs. Baldwin. May I help you?
Meg, this is Steve Harding.
Yes, Dr. Hardy.
I know I'm a little late, but I should be there in about 20 minutes. Any problems?
No medical problems. I suppose you've read the morning newspaper about Polly Prentice's testimony.
Well, I was in court and heard it. I was just telling Audrey about it.
How is Audrey, Steve?
Oh, she's coming along fine, thank you.
Good. Give her my love.
I will. Tell me, are the patients upset about the trial?
Well, of course they all know about it. They've read the newspapers and listened to the news broadcast.
Well, I'm afraid we can't do anything about that. I'll be in shortly, Meg. Goodbye. Well, everybody at the hospital seems to know about the trial.
Did Polly's testimony surprise you?
I had no idea she had anything damaging to say. I knew that Tom had admired Jessie, but I admit I was a little surprised that he went over to see her the night before the wedding. I'll see you tonight, darling. Goodbye.
Goodbye. Darling, would it be all right if I sent a check to an organization that's helping the orphaned children in Vietnam?
Orphaned children in Vietnam?
Yes.
Why, certainly.
Oh, good. Thank you.
Audrey, I wish you could get interested in something more cheerful.
You know, the more I read about them, the more I see them on television, I can't help wanting to help them. Darling, do you realize that there are thousands of these orphan children separated from their parents? Some of the parents are even dead. I'd feel so much better if I could help them.
Well, sure.
I can't stop thinking about them. Sick and miserable and undernourished and needing help.
Audrey, I feel very sorry for them, too, and by all means send them some money, but I don't think it's good for you to brood about them too much.
Well, isn't that better than brooding about the loss of my own baby?
I don't want you to brood about anything, Audrey.
Well, darling, I'm trying not to, and I'm sure I'll be all right once I can have a baby again.
Well, in the meantime...
Steve, why do you keep saying in the meantime? You know, sometimes I think you're very pessimistic about our next baby.
Audrey, please. You mustn't be neurotic about it. You know you're lucky to be alive after...
Even if my baby isn't.
Audrey, please, you said you were going to try to be sensible.
Oh, darling, I am trying to be. Oh, Steve, don't you understand?
I'm sorry, honey. You go ahead and send that check. Look, why don't you get out of here for a while today? Do some shopping or go for a nice long walk. It's a lovely day outside. Well, I have to get to the hospital.
We'll return to General Hospital in just a moment.
Back in the kitchen where you belong. A dishwashing liquid that thinks it's a hand lotion. You're Dove for dishes, remember? And you belong in the kitchen. Oh, I know, washing dishes made my hands real dry. And then you came along and undried them. Oh, no.
Dove for dishes, the dishwashing liquid that thinks it's a hand lotion. Got dry hands? Undry them with Dove.
I'm going to show you the big difference between Breeze and any other great detergent. The difference is Spring Bouquet, Cannon's new flowered towel designed exclusively for Breeze. You get a bath towel, or a dish towel, or a face cloth. So don't buy those other great detergents. Buy this great detergent, New Breeze with borax. And when it's gone, you'll have something better than an empty box.
Hope you like it.
This tastes great. How did you do it?
Well, it was like this.
When you want creamier, richer tasting food, start with Carnation evaporated milk. It's velvetized.
And that's how I did it. When their appetite alarm sounds, you could rush home to feed them, or you could have left them Little Friskies, the fully nutritious cat food that stays fresh in their bowl. Just open and pour. It's fresh when you pour it, stays fresh in their bowl, day or night when their appetite alarm sounds. Have Little Friskies ready. Ocean fish, country chicken, braised liver flavors, Little Friskies from Carnation.
Oh, thank you, Meg. Hold Nurse's Station, Mrs. Baldwin. May I help you?
This is Phil Brewer, Meg.
Dr. Brewer.
I'm calling from San Francisco. I've just read the papers, and I'd like to speak to Jessie. Do you know where I can reach her?
Well, I'm not sure where she might be now. Why don't you call Lee's office? He'd know, and I'm sure he's there. The trial doesn't start.
Lee, tell me, how badly do you think that Polly's testimony has really hurt us?
I think it was very damaging, Tom. Well, it's the backbone of the prosecution's case. It establishes a basis for a possible conspiracy. It gives them something they've been looking for, a motive.
Yeah.
Of course, I know I'm going to be able to cross-examine Polly today, but I realize the danger is that I can be giving her an opportunity to emphasize what she's already said, and I don't want to do that.
No, of course not.
Tom, you can't suggest any grounds on which I could challenge the truth of what she said, can you?
I'm afraid I can't, no. I did go to Jessie's apartment the night before she married John, but I think it was only to say goodbye, to wish her the best.
Well, Polly made it sound a lot worse than that.
What a stupid fool I've been.
Oh, come on. It's time to worry about that now. All right, you did go to Jessie's apartment. We have to admit that. But you only went to say goodbye. That we have to try to establish.
It's the truth, Lee.
Yeah, but it makes it look as if there had been something between you and Jessie, Tom. And Polly testified that she heard you talking about being in love with Jessie.
All right. Don't rub it in.
I'm not rubbing it in. It's just that Jessie didn't throw you out or anything. Then Polly saw you kiss her.
Oh, that was not Jessie's fault.
Okay, it wasn't Jessie's fault. But she did not object. And the two of you did continue to see each other. Yeah, I can see where the DA's case could be pretty convincing to that jury.
But it's not the truth, Lee. That's my point. It's not the truth.
Lee Baldwin.
Lee, it's Phil Brewer.
Phil Brewer? Phil, are you in town?
No, I'm in San Francisco, but I've just read the papers, and I'd like to get in touch with Jessie. Meg thought you might know where she is.
Well, yes, I think she's at the Prentice house.
You mean that she and Polly are living there together after what Polly said about her?
Yes. You see, Jessie wanted to give Polly every opportunity to talk to her. Jessie feels that she's deeply disturbed and needs help, Phil.
Well, do you think I can get her there now?
Yes, I think so. She shouldn't have left for the court quite yet.
Morning, Polly. I thought that you were already gone. On your way to court? Now, Jessie, you know that I am, don't you? You know that today Lee Baldwin is going to cross-examine me. Yes, I know. Polly. What? You have a very wrong impression about something that's terribly important. Oh, come on, Jessie. What do you think I am? I just told the truth, that's all, and you know it. Polly, you didn't understand. Didn't I? I just stated the facts. Hello? Yes, just a minute. It's for you, Jessie. Thank you. Hello?
It's Phil, Jess.
Phil? Where are you?
I'm in San Francisco, Jessie, but I'm catching a plane right away to see you. I've read the papers.
Phil, there's nothing you can do.
Maybe not, but I'm coming to be with you, so don't try and stop me, Jessie.
I'm all right, Phil.
Yeah, well, I want to be there whether you want me to or not.
You really don't mind, do you? I mean, I wouldn't do anything to embarrass you, would I?
No, of course not.
Then I'll see you tomorrow, okay?
Tomorrow.
Okay?
Okay. Thank you very much, Phil.
I'll see you tomorrow. Goodbye, Jessie.
Bye, Phil. Phil. Was that Phil Brewer? Coming to see me tomorrow. He's coming to see you. But Jessie, you've been divorced for years. Yes. Well, I'm very impressed. All of your men friends stay terribly devoted to you, don't they? How do you do it, Jessie?
We'll return to General Hospital in just a moment.
Excuse me, Dad, I'll be a minute.
Mary Ann, will you...
All right.
Oh,
What is it?
I'm trying to get shaved.
Go shave. I'm going.
You get home early.
Okay.
Oh, boys.
Bet they don't even know you have a cold. Well, they're worth the extra effort. And with Bayer aspirin, you don't mind. To relieve that all-over achiness and reduce the fever of a cold or the flu, doctors recommend aspirin. And Bayer is 100% aspirin, not just part aspirin. Why take anything less than 100% Bayer aspirin?
Stay tuned to this channel for the
No aches, no fever. They may never know you have a cold. Bayer works wonders.
When I make my favorite shrimp and rice, I want everything perfect. So I make the rice I know will be perfect, too. Minute rice. Perfect rice every time. You don't boil minute rice, so it can't undercook or overcook. It's always light, fluffy, tender.
Here it is.
Oh, boy, that might...
Minute rice. Perfect rice every time.
Hello, I'm Peg Bracken. You know, I really hate to cook, so I love it when people come up with an extra touch that does something for a meal. Like the Bird's Eye people. Here's their latest, beets in orange flavor glaze. The tender sliced beets come in their own cooking pouch with an orange flavor sauce that really brightens up a beet. Only Bird's Eye has it, and I'm glad they do. I may hate to cook, but thank goodness Bird's Eye likes to.
Does counsel for the defense wish to cross-examine the last witness in the case of the state against Prentice and Baldwin?
Yes, if the court please. Polly Prentice, please take the stand.
Miss Prentice, I wish to remind you that you are still under oath.
Yes, sir.
You may continue, Mr. Counselor.
Thank you, Your Honor. Hello, Polly. Polly, you testified earlier that upon your return from Chicago, you stayed with Jessie Brewer at your father's request, but against your own inclination.
Yes.
Why were you reluctant to stay with Jessie?
Well, I resented not being told about my father's illness and his return to the hospital. I felt that if my father couldn't tell me, Jessie certainly should have. I felt pushed out of my father's life and displaced by Jessie.
You know whether or not your father had asked Jessie not to upset you by telling you about his illness?
No.
Did Jessie ever explain that it was at your father's request that she didn't tell you about his illness?
I don't remember her ever saying that.
Well, did your father ever explain that he didn't tell you because he didn't want to upset you?
Yes, he did say something like that.
Well, then, doesn't it seem likely that he would have asked Jessie not to tell you for the same reason?
I object, Your Honor. This is a purely hypothetical question asked merely to make an impression on the jury.
Yes, the objection is sustained. Counsel will be careful to limit all questions to matters of fact known to the witness.
Yes, Your Honor. Polly, what was Jessie's reaction when you told her about your father's new will, leaving everything to her?
She said she didn't want anything.
Didn't she also say she knew nothing about such a will?
Yes.
As a matter of fact, didn't your father tell you that Jessie knew nothing about the will? He'd never discussed that matter with her?
Yes, he did say that.
Well, then you knew that Jessie had had nothing to do with that new will, leaving everything to her.
Well, she didn't know about it ahead of time, but she did know about it because I told her. And she said she was going to talk to my father to persuade him to change it.
You know of your own knowledge if she ever did try to persuade him to do just that, Polly?
She said she tried.
You have any reason to doubt Jessie's word?
Well, I certainly know nothing was done about it. If she had spoken to my father and said she wanted nothing, he wouldn't have insisted. But I don't believe she ever mentioned it to him.
You don't know that for a fact, do you?
Well, no. But then she started to tell me not to discuss it with my father, that it would upset him. It was dangerous for him to be upset with the heart condition. She said I could talk to him about it after he recovered. But he never recovered. He was killed instead.
Polly, you were against your father's marriage to Jessie, weren't you?
Yes,
Why?
because I had come to know that Jessie and Tom Baldwin had a romantic something or other between them, and my father didn't know about it.
What made you think that?
A lot of things. The way Tom Baldwin was always defending Jessie.
Defending her when you attacked her.
No, when I criticized her. About anything, even about little things.
And that made you suspicious that he was in love with her?
Yes.
What else made you suspicious, Polly?
When I found out that Tom Baldwin was only paying attention to me just to please Jessie.
Do you have any explanation as to why Jessie would ask Dr. Baldwin to be attentive to you?
Yes, of course. So I wouldn't suspect what Tom and Jessie were really doing.
Polly, did you ever accuse Dr. Baldwin of being in love with Jessie?
Yes, several times. And he never denied it.
You ever accuse Jessie of being in love with Dr. Baldwin?
Yes.
What was her reaction?
She said she wouldn't be marrying my father if she didn't love him.
You couldn't accept that, Polly?
Well, no, marrying my father didn't prove she loved him. She would just get all of his money. Besides, I knew she was in love with Tom Baldwin. What I saw and heard on the night before the wedding proved how right I was about that.
How, Polly?
Well, Tom came to visit, and she let him make love to her. I saw
Now,
that.
just a minute, young lady. What do you mean, make love to her?
I heard Tom tell her how he would always love her.
Did you ever hear Jessie say anything like that?
I couldn't hear what she said. But there was one thing that I do remember she said. Something like if she had to do it all over again, things might be different. And then they kissed. I did see that.
Now, Polly, wasn't it just a goodbye kiss?
I don't know. It was a kiss, and Jessie didn't object. The very next day, she married my father.
Dr. Baldwin ever come to see Jessie after the marriage?
No, not that I know of. But she did come to visit. He came to visit her after my father died.
Well, he came to see you, too, didn't he?
Well, yes, a couple of times, but that was after the police started their investigation. He just wanted to find out what I was telling them.
Now, Polly, did you see your father the night he died?
Yes?
Well, tell the jury about that, will you, please?
Well, I only saw him for a few minutes. I came by every night that I could to visit with him.
You can't cast any light on how your father met his death, can you?
cast any light?
Mm-hmm.
No. The autopsy showed what happened. That's all I knew about it.
I see. Polly, did anybody ever tell you that if Tom Baldwin and Jessie Brewer are found guilty as charged, you will automatically get your father's entire estate?
I was told that that's the law. You can't murder somebody and inherit his money.
Does that have anything to do with your testimony here, Polly?
It certainly does not. Besides, Jessie told me she's going to turn over the entire estate to me as soon as it was out of probate.
But you don't believe what Jessie says, do you?
No, because I thought it was an attempt to bribe me to keep me from testifying.
You don't know that for a fact, now do you, Polly?
Well, why else would she promise such a thing? Why? She wouldn't even have to keep the promise.
Polly, aren't you really giving a very hostile and prejudiced interpretation of the facts here? No facts at all?
I object, Your Honor. The defense counsel is browbeating the witness, attempting to destroy the credibility of the witness, and making charges without one shred of evidence to support those charges.
Yes, the objection is sustained. You do not have to answer that question, Miss Prentice.
Well, I don't mind answering that question. All I've done here is tell the truth about what I saw and what I heard. That's all. And I haven't liked saying one bit what I've said. And I'm really sorry. And I don't like thinking what I think either.
Well, any more questions, Mr. Counsel?
No. That's all, Your Honor.
Does the prosecution wish to question this witness on redirect?
Yes, Your Honor. Your Honor, there are certain matters I believe the witness could shed still more light on, but I would like a little time to prepare for the redirect examination, if the court please.
Yes, very well, Mr. Prosecutor. You may step down, Miss Prentice. Court is adjourned until the same time tomorrow.
As you go through the years, your hands and elbows and shoulders go through a lot. Twisting, straining, lifting, carrying. Soreness may set in, sometimes arthritis. Mentholatum Deep Heating Rub can help with the minor pains of arthritis. Rub it in gently. Feel its deep heating action sink into those painful joints. Warming, relaxing, replacing pain with soothing heat. It can't bring back the sunshine of youth, but it can start a glow. Mentholatum Deep Heating Rub with deep heating action. Deep heating. And for relief of head cold congestion or clear breathing anytime, use mild mentholatum ointment. Apply to the nostrils and breathe easier.
Stay tuned for Dark Shadows in color next over most of these ABC stations. This is Ed Chandler inviting you to tune in tomorrow and every weekday for General Hospital.